She has completed her postdoctoral from London School of Economics on public policy. She has published more than 50 journal articles, 32 conference papers, and 14 books. She has also supervised 26 PhD scholars across diverse areas of development economics, higher education, gender, and technology diffusion. Her research has been supported by leading institutions such as Planning Commission, UGC, Ford Foundation. She has also held a senior academic leadership positions, including Director of School of Humanities and Social Sciences at Mahipal, Director of Research and at Symbiosis International University, Pune. At MNIT, she has also served as a head of the department, Associate Dean for Digital Outreach, and Coordinator for Communication and Outreach. Professor Manju Singh has been honored with over 50 awards and recognitions, including Sir Ratan Tata Postdoctoral Fellowship Award. She is actively involved in international collaboration with UNESCO, University of Victoria, and other global partners on community-based participatory research. We are delighted to have you, ma'am. Please join us.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Shweta. Yeah. Technical and non-technical reasons. And I think I'm audible and you all are there. If you have any limitations, but also advantages. So that's why we took a little more time, but I think this will be very useful for all of you. So to begin with, formally, I will say this is like if to have an academic training program, which is organized under EIC, MNIT, which we have already mentioned in this. And this is very significant forum for all of you. We know the group is consisting academics, researchers, even industry people are there. So it is very good to understand the whole process of AI, especially ethical AI, because we all are using AI tremendously in our daily life without knowing how we should do it, because ethics is very much required for every step of life. So we thought, why not to frame a course, because we are from MNIT EICT, we are a technical institution, and nobody has thought of that any non-technical dimension can also be considered in any course or formal training. But we know that education on this aspect is really impossible for making AI inclusive and justful. So that's the background. I thought, let me take this opportunity, and thanks to EICT. Subject ethical AI is like very for social impact is really my title of session is recognizes that simply doing good with AI is not enough. We do a lot of things for social impact, as we know, with the justice or the management for the health and education and all, but simply doing good is not enough. It adds a crucial layer of accountability and focus on how AI is developed and deployed. This title highlights the need to address the ethical consideration such as bias and fairness, transparency and explainability, and accountability. If you look at the theme, we know this theme is really opportune and highly, I will say, organized AI for Good Summit in partnership with 40 UN sister agencies recently in July. And this kind of activities are scheduled annually for aiming how AI can be successful or useful for achieving SDGs, which is considered like a impact target for any institution or organization. Even earlier in February 2025, the AI Action Summit was held in Paris under the joint leadership of India and France, where our Honorable Prime Minister has also participated. So point is this, that the global leaders, policymakers, industry experts, and academics are regularly deliberating together on the future of AI and its role in society. Worldwide attention has how to leverage AI to address global challenges, including healthcare, education, and etc. This is a line, like, because of this thought, our session is going to be like very well connected. While AI holds unparalleled potential for social transformation, it's also apprehensive with ethical dilemma, governance challenges, and economic concern. In the first keynote address, we have understood it, that there are ethical dilemma, there are frameworks, but we don't know how to address that. What kind of governance policy should be there, and what will be the economic concern for that? Before this, because I just want to finish fast, I forget to refer that this presentation is supported by Dr. To be Dr. I think Nidhi has helped me in making this presentation. So now let's begin our journey into the realm of ethical AI for social impact. It's not merely an absolute concept, but it is a shared responsibility of all of us. Present dialogue is going to explore the conceptual grounding of, you will find it little less technical in terms of, because I will say the message or the focus of presentation is like this. So we are going to see how application and what ethical consideration should be there. And this would offer a democratic, impactful, and ethical AI. In this session, okay. In this session, we are going to explore introduction, what ethical AI for social impact is, and how an independent field of work or research and global interest is happening, and where do we see AI for social impact good, and what ethical question concern. What are the answer to these ethical questions that concern? So that way, I think you have to, with this I can go. Oh, I don't think. So at the end of this session, we'll be to understand the distinguish EAI for social impact from general AI. Why this is different? General AI is different and ethical AI for social impact is different. So how it is different, and articulating its purpose and key domains of impact. Identify major ethical challenges that emerges across AI life cycle. Apply a broad ethical AI for social impact life cycle framework to assess or design AI initiative and recognize principles that guide ethical and responsible AI practices. And recognize emerging trends and opportunity, and connect our own disciplinary background to potential contribution in this evolving field. Now, next is about this one. Introduction to ethical artificial intelligence for social impact. So let's start with the, when you hear the word artificial intelligence. So without further ado, let's deep dive into the first question about what actually this means. If you look at the concept and approach, it is a traditional application. It's largely focused on optimizing performance, automating processes, and enhancing computational power, whether we are using it in finance or in marketing. Often by private sector interest, because who to more efficiently, mostly because private sector is concentrating on the profit means, and they just want to use minimum resources. So broadly speaking, artificial intelligence is defined as a wide scope of technology, including those involved in human interaction, recognition, pattern matching, cognition, and goal-driven system and automation, among others. But on the other hand, this is general AI. Other hand, AI for social impact depart from the trajectory by prioritizing measurable social impact, how AI can affect social causes and over mere technology. in AI, general AI, we are talking about only technology, but it is beyond technology. Just want to see how it is affecting the social causes. AI for social good or social impact is a dedicated stream of AI research, development, and deployment that focuses on measurable real world benefit. So if we want to have to understand ethical AI for social impact, it means there should be a definite metrics, a definite measurement to just see how it is affecting social purpose or measure in real world benefit. Understanding ethical AI for social impact. Artificial intelligence has the use of computational system, as we know, otherwise also, and with this session also, ML, NLP, computer vision that perform tasks requiring human skill intelligence. But social impact is a pursuit of outcome that create positive societal values. They are not talking about the speed and efficiency. They are talking about societal values beyond profit motives align with UN SDGs. We all are from, like, we understand about SDG. So how to achieve SDGs with the beyond profit motives. So together, if we club it, ethical AI for social impact and using AI method, tools and application to address societal challenges, enhance human well-being, and promote inclusive development. I think till now you understand how it is different from traditional AI, how ethical AI is different from thing. Now coming to the next thing, ethical AI for social impact is dedicated stream of AI research, development, and deployment. See, mind it, it is not only affecting, it is also the research, deployment, and development and deployment that focuses on measurable real world benefit. And its core, it's not about developing AI its own sake, but identifying critical societal challenges and deploying AI as a mean to resolve them. If we look at the comparison, now I think we can see comparison between two, AI for social good or social impact versus ethical AI for social impact. AI for social good focuses on what AI can do, problem like using it for disease or diagnose. Whereas this ethical AI for social impact focuses on how AI is built. So the purpose of building AI is influencing community or social impact. It integrates principles like fairness and transparency. It should not solve problem of only few, but it should solve the problem of larger group. Ethics is in secondary concern in AI for social good. Ethics is often considered after the AI is developed. So they first develop how to diagnose any disease or how to control any traffic or how to concern disasters. But the later in this ethical AI is foundational principle is ethics. Ethical AI will start with the ethical concern and guidelines and center to the entire process. It can be overly optimistic. It may not fully anticipate or manage potential harms. We all are using AI so much. Everybody is using AI, but we don't know what is the harm. So that is the AI for social impact. Everybody has some good intention to solve some problem, but still they are not very sure like how much they can. So, but like here, their priorities is risk management. It proactively identify, mitigate risk like bias and data misuse. So when they develop, they see there should not be any bias, there should not be any database management, and it should be like help common people. AI for social good is a technological centric. The focus is on the AI models capabilities, and whereas fundamentally this ethical AI is human centric. They think about that it should help human and human should be having all benefit equally with fair chances. AI for social good is a limited scope. It aims for a positive outcome, but may not consider the full social consequences. They may think of positive outcome, but not full social consequences. But it is comprehensive scope in ethical AI for social impact. It includes continuous monitoring and human oversight to ensure the sustainable benefit. Now, next is like, let's understand the core features of ethical AI. When we are saying ethical AI is different than AI for social good, so we must understand how it is different from that traditional approach. If you look at, so there are 5 features. One is measurable. Second is focus on vulnerable underserved community. I have mentioned about it. It should reach to all. Addressing unexplored challenges and outcome driven, not technology oriented. I have clearly mentioned the comparison of both and the participatory by design. If you look at the first feature say that it must prioritize real world impact over technical novelty. We know the difference is it is not only advancement, it should also prioritize real world impact. And unlike traditional AI research, which often focuses on advancing algorithm or computational efficiency, why we give prompt to read 30 books related to our research area. It's a technological advancement. Just we want to have a summary of everything. And that way, the purpose should be measurable in terms of like, that can show the computational efficiency, but the learning efficiency, we can't see, we can't understand, like how it has been withdrawn or the derived all the content based on 30 books or like that. So this must be evaluated based on tangible benefit of society. We are going to use it in health environment, but there should be a tangible, measurable, some parameters which can say, yeah. So first it'll say AI projects should measure success, improvement in people's life, not just performance benchmark. It should not like that we have reached to so many people, we have read this. So let me give some other example. Like for health, we can say, okay, we have done so many tests so quickly for population. But unless we are not able to, whom will test? Where the data is available? If the people who are not involved in that, how we will do it? We won't be able to reach those people who are really in need, because those people don't have any resources. When they can't go to the hospital. Other people who are included in the data, they have enough resources. So issue is this, that we must understand the impact should be there, should measure success through improvement in people's life, not the number, without knowing what kind of number is there. So it's and then through meaningful AI initiative must follow an impact first, ensuring that success is measured not in terms of accuracy benchmark or model performance, but meaningful improvement. For example, I have given the example for the health. So processing speed is not that important, but the important is ability to reduce disease prevalence. We have done so many tests, no point. But how many diseases we are able to reduce, that is more important, and improve early diagnostic rates. Furthermore, for AI to be a reliable solution for social challenges, it must incorporate clear matrices and track and assess outcome using measurable indicators. Whether it is reducing disaster response time. We are hearing so many incidents about the cloud burst, landslides. So data is there, but unless it is not reaching to the people to save their lives, there's no point. So your AI, ethical AI should be researched and developed in such a manner, what you are doing to the, I think you understand what is the difference between ethical AI and simple AI. They may using AI for traffic management, but unless it is not really helping people to manage, no point. In Western world, we know we get a lot of information that avoid this route because it is not in. So we may have all kind of data, but we are not able to reach to the people who are going to travel on that particular date. So that way, if we are developing AI, it's fine, but unless it's not reaching to the people and helping people's life improved, there is no point. AI projects should also be designed for scalability, right? So another point is it should be scalable. It should not be, okay, we have done it. I think we have seen one, and this is like very funny example. We have seen our helicopter flying from this and going somewhere else. So it's like a one point kind of one time kind of experiment. But how can we use it for many more of the things? If anybody is fall ill in the, can we take them and reach to the proper people? This is just my imagination. So those things should be researched from the beginning so that this kind of activity can be helpful for help to reaching out to the people. So project scalability and long-term benefit is also required. Projects should aim for sustainable outcome rather than one-time pilot kind of understanding. Second is focus on vulnerable and underserved communities. It should be like I mentioned in the example, it should be equitable AI access. AI solution must be designed for those who cannot afford or commission AI research themselves. See, AI is not only for so-called literate people. AI is to helping other people also who does not have smartphone or who does not have understanding how to use AI. So unless AI is like helping people through some research and development and deployment, it is not going to be helpful in terms of ethics. So addressing digital inequality, it should also must work towards digital inequality. The digital divide continues to grow, leaving millions without the opportunity to leverage AI for education, health, or financial inclusion. I think still until now, you understand many of us are doing research on digital divide. Digital divide word is so common, and like the vocabulary is being used so popularly without knowing what digital divide actually is, and able to reduce the digital divide by their process so that it can have a justice or fairness. Also must work towards another crucial aspect is local can be fit for all, not only in Rajasthan state or India or at global. It should be different with the different languages, with the different cultural context, and with the socio-economic condition. One solution cannot be fit for all. So whether it is through local language, AI assistant, region-specific AI-driven agriculture insight. See, AI can also help we know for the agriculture also. The farmers can also get help with AI. But if it is in English or Hindi, it is not going to help them. So language is not only the way they understand, the kind of crop they say. We have so many things, Kisan, crop, and there's so many apps who is working. But the point is how much point of connecting. That way it should be localized and it will apply everywhere, whether it is healthcare diagnosis or it is environmental management or disaster management. Third is addressing unexplored challenges. It is very important. Like to say, the many things are not reaching to the people who are not so well connected. So what is happening? Say, is also not reached. So issues which we all face. But what is happening? AI development is being done. The profit, and if profit is not there, they are not working towards those challenges. So required that it should beyond profit-driven AI. Tackle social problems that corporation may not invest in due to limited financial term. There are many, I will say, this platform and initiative which is being launched for making them faster and less time consuming and increasing efficiency, because companies want to recruit fast. They say, okay, AI can help. Only 2 days before, we saw one school is opening with AI because they just want to have profit, and with the huge fee structure, 35 lakhs or like that, $65,000. So like, for whom we are working? We are for them from where we can receive profit. So humanitarian environmental AI is also required, because this initiative can be used to predict and mitigate the impact of climate change. Think of all lands or in Uttarakhand or in Jammu. Do you think AI is reaching there? There won't be even net. There will be complete connectivity loss there. So AI, if we want to make it, so that has to be done very seriously on the base of humanitarian environment, so that it can be used for predict and mitigate impact of climate change, assist in natural disasters relief effort, and improve the efficiency of renewable energy solution. We are talking so much, net zero, no carbon CO2 emission and all, but like, is AI is using all these things to make people aware and use it? So research, development, deployment, everything is required, so that all this SDG is like so many targets. So if we really want to solve that, so AI can help hugely if we try to see that unexplored challenges should be taken care. Then outcome driven, not technology oriented. Initially, I have already mentioned that it should be outcome driven, not only technology oriented, unlike traditional AI. This means that the process begin with a societal challenge, and an AI is only applied if it is genuinely add value to the solution. AI should not be developed first and then we see how it is reaching to the people. But first we should see what are the challenges and how AI is applied for generally add value into the solution. The first step is the approach is adopting problem first mindset. This will come only when we'll see the problem. First, we have to look for the problem first, and then accordingly pushing AI innovation for its own sake, and must be strategically integrated into the existing solution. What is AI? See, whatever we are doing, we are adding the additional layer of AI. So whatever problem is there, if AI is introduced and added, then things can be solved very easily, and it won't think about only technology. A healthcare system trained on Western patient data, for example, may not work efficiently in developing nation. We know this is working on the base of data. So if data is of Western country, it is not going to serve us. So things should be, if we consider all these dimensions, fine-tuned to the local medical condition and patient demography, I think it can be very useful. It won't see only tech solutionism, but it will be outcome driven. AI should not be seen as a replacement for human judgment, particularly in sensitive areas like criminal justice, healthcare. You know that the deep fake and face recognition, all these things are being used. But if you don't add human interaction, it can make a lot of mistakes. And that's why public policy, healthcare, criminal justice, everywhere, we have to see how it is affecting. It can be a powerful decision support tool. It must be carefully monitored to prevent ethical violations such as racial biases in policing or wrongful medical recommendations. By ensuring that AI is used responsibly, thoughtfully, and in alignment with real world, I think it can become a thing. It should not be only technological experience. Then participatory by design, it's very important, because unless must ensure that affected communities and stakeholders are actively involved throughout the AI life cycle instead of top-down technology intervention. I mentioned it. It should not be based on technology, but it should be based on AI life cycle, and it should be designed by participatory design emphasis, co-creation, local knowledge, and user agency. This makes solution more relevant, inclusive, and trusted. How to co-create? AI, like any initiative, should not be thought of in the labs, only with based on the co-creation. It should be they should be engaged, and local stakeholders from the start should be there. It means, I mentioned, from the problem which we are taking up, how we are going to collect data on this, because AI is on the database. So first we will identify problem, and then the data collection and the testing and the designing and deployment. So things should not be like we prepare something and then apply. It should be like many of you have heard about this impactful research and community-based participatory research that say the design, if we want to make it successful, if we want to make it impactful, that co-creation is required. We should not think that we as expert are having more knowledge and whatever we will make and design, it will be useful for them. Not required always. We need to have their thoughts, we need to have their understanding of the problem, and accordingly, the whole process should be tested and deployed. So co-creation with the communities is also required. Then contextual relevance is also required. Contextual means like solution should be tailored culture, language, and socioeconomic condition, avoiding one size fits all, I have already mentioned. And it should be empowerment, not extraction. We know that whatever we do, we collect data. So here in AI also, communities should benefit directly from AI projects. How? When they will be involved, when they will be with us, so what will happen? Their skills first, okay? So their skills should be built. When community will be with us, what will happen? They will having some information, they will be having some knowledge, and they will develop some skills. They will gain confidence, and the confidence, and obviously their intellectual level will increase, and resources will be there. So feedback iteration, and this will not stop till here. Even when we apply it, so feedback will be taken, and then iteration will help them to improve. So there are different connotation of ethical AI for social impact. One is inclusion. IIIT Hyderabad developed AI-powered text-to-speech tool for tribal language in different language. Sustainable development for such in Bihar. Geo AI is used for helping monitor 9,000 brick kilns and using set about helped diagnose COVID-19, assisting in faster treatment. Change is also seen. Smart Terra is the AI which was used to support sustainable water operation in Bangalore. And also it is human safety. Aranya project in Kerala is using based on early warning system with the forest road area. In health, AI-driven diagnosis system have helped detect diseases like cancer 30% more accurately than human doctors. Transportation, scientific advancement, there is. So if we look at the context of AI for social impact matters, so whenever we say it's a different, it should be co-created. It should be jointly, the capacity should be built on that so that it can be really successful and reach to the unreachable. So if you look at the context, the global south versus global north, both are different priorities, because in global south, they are targeting for access and basic needs, where global north has optimizing and personalization. Public sector versus NGOs, who drives? Public sector is looking for the benefits for the commons, but private sector is usually targeting for the profit. And NGO is the connect between two. NGO does not have many resources, they don't have much ability, but they try to connect private and this. Then short term and long term. Short term is like only one time, and it won't like essentially will see that it is like tracking. It can be immediate relief. Short time means immediate relief will be there, but for the long time it should be like equity, sustainable, and everything should be there. Time is really short because other things has taken my time, but anyway, as an organizer, I have to see it. I have to be very fast. So as an independent field of research and global interest, if we see, rationale, we say Why it is required? Because you understand it is different. Ethical AI and only this traditional AI is different. We need to have this for a different purpose. Complexity, because this is not a simple technological subject. This is a interdisciplinary thing where everybody, technology, social scientists, governance, ethics, everybody has to be together. And being in MNIT, that how much complex this is. Technical, non-technical, and other governance, everything. If you see, this complexity will be there. And for the growing number of organization, conference index, especially, it has to be like momentum is required. And for the design, necessity. And why this is required? By design, it is necessity. Ethical AI is must, because otherwise in future we can face a lot of problem, and that's why it is required. Key actor, I will run fast. Key actors and stakeholder in ethical AI. One is tech companies who are there, because basically they are developing all those things, and scale, talent, resource to experiment and roll out. Challenge, their incentive is, companies have inclination towards profit. Other is academia research lab. We know general knowledge, we all are doing this work and train a next generation for this. But the problem is research often remains in silos. Everybody is doing research in silos. There is no interconnectivity with them. And moreover, the practitioners are not part of in this labs. So that is reducing the relevance of the initiative. And then NGOs and civil society, I mentioned earlier, they are connectors, but they are very weak because they have technical capacity and depend on partnership. Government and national agencies, this cannot work unless it is like a proper governance, means implementation is there. But the problem is, if we put camera in all the labs, what will be the first question? My privacy. So surveillance is there for governance, but there are challenges for that also. And end users, power asymmetry, communities are involved, but not all. Very, like I will say, the privileged class, privileged section of community is there. And funding and free ecosystem, again, risk of donor-driven agendas. If I fund you to do something, obviously I'll say you do this, because ultimately what I want, that is the major factor. So rational, if we say, let's think about some technical. How much time? 5 minutes I can take, Mark? Yes. Facial recognition, deep fakes, AI influencer, all these things are really, really alarming. That's why we need to understand the ethical concern, bias and fairness. If data is biased, I have started with this. When we don't have data of others, how we will work for them? So data is biased, unrepresentative, or incomplete. So then AI will amplify these biases. So we will work only for those which is there. Transparency and explainability. Many AI models operate as black boxes. They give answer, but why they have given, we can't explain. So black boxes is creating problem. Users cannot understand or challenge AI-driven decision. Environmental harm, if we say. And development and training of AI models consume vast amount of energy. It's everywhere. See, whomsoever is talking about AI, they will talk about this is environmental harm, because other than Google, it is consuming more energy and contribute to climate change. Ethical concern around AI, data dilemma. When data is missing, then what will happen? Synthetic data is used. When data is, we all are researchers, we know when data is missing, we replace something. So synthetic data is used and AI model in impractical and make it unrealistic. Potential economic harm, everybody is concerned about it. AI-driven automation threatens jobs for low-skilled workers. Different jobs will come, but low-skilled jobs will go. That is very true, very certain. And benefits are concentrated among a few corporations only. Very few people, very few agencies. We all know, no need of naming it. They have all data and they are going to govern everything. And power concentration, AI developed is geographically concentrated, leaving developing nation dependent. We know the top is US, second is China, third is UK. So what will happen to other countries? So power concentration will also increase ethical concern around AI. So this is unparalleled potential for social good, AI. It is important to the intent does not always translate into positive impact. They are working on profit driven, but they are not working on ethical. That's why just cutting it short. Risk mitigation, again, principles of ethical AI. Earlier, I have mentioned about features. Now, how to make it ethical. That is, one is beneficence, do good, help amplify social impact. AI for social impact. That is beneficence. Second is non-maleficence, means do no harm, reduce potential damage. Second is the AI should work in such a manner there should not be any harm to anybody. And justice means fairness and inclusion and across social group. Autonomy, respect for human dignity and agency, assist human decision making and not replace automotive entirely. We are talking about the schools and hospitals where the teacher will, there will be no teacher. But do you think it can be very impactful? Unless teacher interaction is not there, because AI also say, I can't feel, I can't taste. So the personalized interaction need to be there, even if AI is being used. For medical also, in medical, in education, environment, everywhere, human interaction is required, respect for human dignity, and explicability, understandability, transparency, auditability, accountability allow users to challenge decision and defend them. You can stop anytime, mark me, right? So beneficence, what it means, should prioritize social good over profit taken. Solution replace them. It cannot replace, but it can enhance their capabilities. And AI must be designed to support sustainability and global well-being. Ultimately, it should help everybody. Beneficence must serve the greater good. Non-maleficence, not avoiding term. AI must not endanger human right, dignity, or safety. Nobody's safety should be in danger. And develop to mitigate risk associated by surveillance and information. AI must not be used for malicious purpose, such as autonomous weapon and mass surveillance. Sometimes surveillance is used for some other purpose, not for the wellness or well-being of this. So that way, it should be considered. Then, coming to the third, justice must be fair and inclusive. It should be fair for everybody. Fairness requires equitable access, unbiased decision making, protection against discrimination. Existing social inequality is already there. So whether it's in hiring, or law enforcement, or financial services, this means actively working on eliminate biases in training data and decision making. Fairness also extend to representation. Training data set should reflect diverse population to ensure equal participation. And autonomy should empower, not override human decision. Autonomy is required. AI should complement human expertise rather than replace human entirely. It should be decision-making should always allow for human oversight. Users should have control over how AI influences their lives, ensuring AI used with informed consent. So whenever you are using, informed consent should be there. Explicability means must be transparent. Till now, we don't know why this answer, why this is the summary, or things are there. So system should clearly communicate their purpose, why it is being done, what are the limitations, and what are the decision-making logic. Then only it can be a ethical AI, and user should be able to challenge AI decision and receive explanation. Whatever user is there, if you are getting any kind of treatment or any kind of decision, you should be like allowed to ask explanation, must be auditable, ensuring accountability. Other the social impact framework during life cycle is like this. Like first, the design should be made in such way based on the exploration, engage scholar, define the problem, and if AI could add value. Design should be made in this way. Then prototype your solution, ensure data privacy, design the user experience. And when it is like implemented, so what is production size AI model is there, and accordingly integrate the user experience in implementation and test with end users. When it is tested, then evaluate it. if you evaluate, then impact can be seen and communication of result can be done and determine next step. And this will actually, after this, only deployment. So development should be in a life social impact framework during life cycle so that it can be evaluated well. So this way, if we consider all these principles and approaches, I think traditional AI can be considered or can be thought into ethical AI. That will be the purpose for humanity and for the goodness for all. So together we can build a future where AI works for all. When only we understand that ethical AI is not the same like conservative or traditional AI, it is beyond the technological advancement. So these are the thing quickly to be very fast. And because I only can manage the time, but the other people will take the time, whatever they have. Okay. I think we're ready. Yeah.
Online participants, if there are any questions for ma'am, please raise your hand.
First check whether how many are there. Give the housekeeping rule again. Is there any question?
Blind participants.
Yeah.
Like ethical AI basically focuses on societal, social welfare acceleration over like profit maximization. But private sector is working for profit maximization as a time goal. So, but how can we integrate private sector with ethical AI? Like how can we induce private sector to
The whole process of research, development, and deployment should consider ethical target. That's why I'm saying private and government has a different aim, obviously. To the people, ethically or not. The first, they should understand how to develop ethically. So pick the problem, research on it, consider everything, co-create, involve people, and then only it will be able to reach it. Not a vice versa. That first AI is developed and then we think, oh, it will reach the people equally, inclusivity will be there. It's not possible unless we understand for whom we are developing. So AI is like ethical AI is not limited to technological advancement. Simple AI development is not there. Before developing or doing research, all these consider the principles which we have discussed, that should be considered accordingly. It may be less attractive in terms of profit, but for the ethics and social impact, it is going to help a lot. Any question?
Is it possible?
Why not?
Only, is it possible? Like, or only at some extent it can.
No, it's like, again, it's like a starting point. Till now, nobody is talking about it. See, look at all the list of this AICT courses or any other courses in other institution. They are all talking about how AI is doing quantum and this and that. But if we talk about ethical AI, that's why I say interdisciplinarity and collaboration is required. See, no technology, irrespective of their perfection and efficiency, cannot handle ethics unless that approach is involved. You can develop, you can say, okay, we are handling and we have drawn and we are doing this with AI and all, but on the ground, I'm not very sure that it will be able to receive the response as we expecting. So, but like when we'll start it, obviously, when the people with like us, we are here. Why we are here? Because we are thinking this issue is very sensitive and we should understand it. So slowly, these things will come on the main platform, and the sideline subject will come into the mainstream, and then things will change. Okay.
Right.
Let us read. We can have lunch. Online participants, we will be meeting again at 1:30. The next session is by Risa, who's joining us from Goa.
You mentioned about the housekeeping
Right.
rule and the attendance, the certificate and everything, right?
Previously, it's mandatory. Our cameras on in response, we can record your response in some way. That would also be great. Please try to join in 5 to 10 minutes earlier, and you can check in your mics and videos during that time so that no more time is delayed on account of that.
And also we encourage all of you to make like active in this and make this session interactive.
Right. Just to sort of reinstate the entire idea behind the program is to keep it interdisciplinary, participative, interactive in nature. So questions of any kind, not necessarily directed to the speaker, but questions open for discussion, they are also encouraged.
And also another important point, see, all the hands-on session will be based on the lectures, expert lecture. And each and every one of you have to take part in the hands-on exercises. So if you are attentive in the previous lecture, then only you will be able to contribute. So good luck and join at 1:30.
1:30.
1:30.
Thank you.